Risk is defined by the international standard 31,000, the ISO 31,000. It's the effect of uncertainty on your ability to achieve your objectives. Every organization has their mission, their reason for being, and they've got to develop some objectives. Risk comes along and affects those objectives and either allows you to achieve those objectives or prevents you from achieving those objectives. First thing is we have to assess or think about what risks might be out there, both positive and negative. And this is called your risk catalog. Once we've got the risks identified, then we've got to assess those risks. And there are two things that we look at. We look at the probability of risk happening, and we generally designate that with red, yellow, and green. Red meaning for sure that risk is going to occur, yellow meaning it's probably going to occur, and green meaning probably not going to occur. And then once we've got the probability, then we have to think about the consequences of that risk. And if the consequences are high, then we'll assign it a red. If the consequences are medium, a yellow, and if it's very low consequences, a green. And so that allows us to make a judgment as to whether that risk is acceptable or not. Some people will call that our risk appetite. So if it's a red, we probably don't want that risk hanging around, so we want to do something about it. If it's a green, we say, hey, no matter, we'll let that risk be. And if we let it be, we call it residual risk. The second part of risk management is to decide what to do with it. And the memory jogger I use is the cash machine at the corner bank. It's ATM. And that stands for accept, transfer, or mitigate. If I decide that risk is okay, it's a green, or maybe it's a green-yellow, then I say, let it go, and keep it in the catalog, so I examine it a year from now or 2 years from now, see if it's still a green. But nevertheless, don't do anything about it. I can transfer that risk to someone else through the purchase of insurance, or I can outsource to another country, or in some way give that risk to somebody else. And then the third option is M, mitigate, and this is where we apply controls to reduce the probability and consequences of that risk.